Meeting called to order. It is 11:10. And I will call a special meeting of the City Council on January 9, 2024. While this meeting is being broadcast via Zoom, oral public comment may only be provided live at the City Council meeting in person. City Clerk, please take the roll call.
Councilmember Barbadillo. Vice Mayor Chua. Councilmember Leanne.
Here.
Councilmember Fan.
Present.
Mayor Montano.
And I am here. Thank you. And let's stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. We may begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, invocation. So we have Councilmember Lynn. And if you can pass if you don't want to, it's up to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, with the new year, I want to wish everyone a very, very happy new year and looking forward to a year filled with opportunities for the city of Milpitas, and may God guide us through. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are no presentations today, so now let's move on to the public forum. Members of the public are invited to speak on any item that is not on the agenda. Please note that oral public comment may only be provided live at the City Council meeting in person. So are there any, and today we have 3 minutes. And if there's anyone here that would like to make any comments, you're more than welcome.
Good morning, Mayor, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Orlando Casenas. I'm a longtime resident of Milpitas. First of all, I want to apologize for my appearance, especially my mask. I don't know what it is. I think I just got one of those December flu. The other thing is, before I forget, I wanted to say that as a long-term resident here in Milpitas, I'm really happy here, and I never had issues with anyone, any departments at all, including the police. I've been here for more than 10 years, and when I file a complaint with them about something, they responded. I know, because even mundane things like someone parking at a disabled spot, they don't have the placard. I'll test them. I'll wait on one side, and they'll still come in. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and it happened twice because I tore my ACL. So it really upset me that someone's taking a spot, but they do. They show up. However, I think you all saw my email. I just wanted to. I know I have 3 minutes, so I apologize if I'm going to be brief. But I know you're in a negotiation with the union and POA, and I'm begging you all to please have the city or the MPD to comply with the Brady list, and I'll give you copies. I'll hand it over later, and also claw back or add more insertions on transparency laws. I'm not against good cops. In fact, in my own small ways, they know it. But when it comes to dishonest ones, that really upsets me. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, and I know people think this is a joke, but I think we should honor and give the keys to the city to Erie, Colorado Police Chief Lee Mattis, because I think it's a good example. We shouldn't be worrying about the economic downfall of firing, let's just say, city employees. We shouldn't be worried about the bad publicity, because as far as I know, Erie, Colorado is still out there. And so I'm asking if we could, and I'm asking if I could petition that we could give the keys to our city, to Area Police Chief Lee Mattis. There's a few more, but I think I should just ask this for now, and then maybe the next time I come back here. And if I do offended anyone on my emails, I apologize for that in advance. As you all know, emails are not devoid of emotions. So if there is a thank you.
Thank you very much for coming in. As you mentioned, you haven't been here before, but it's good that you come here and participate. Thank you. And the city manager can give you his card.
Okay,
You
thank you so
connect
much.
with him. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So now moving on to the conflict of interest from our city attorney. Chris.
Thank you, Mayor. I ask the mayor and each council member whether he or she has any financial or personal conflicts of interest related to any of the items on today's agenda.
Councilmember Liang,
None.
Councilmember Fan,
None.
Mayor Montano,
And I am none. Thank you.
Let the record reflect no reported conflicts. I now ask the mayor and each council member of the Milpitas City Council to please disclose any campaign contributions of $100 or more received within the last 12 months from any of the parties entering into contracts with the city on today's agenda, or contributions received from the development project applicants for development projects on today's agenda.
Councilmember Liang,
None.
Councilmember Fan,
None.
Mayor Montano.
And I am none.
Let the record reflect no reported conflicts. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you very much. And now, reading of the code of conduct. Be respectful and courteous. Words and tone do matter. Modest civility, avoid surprises, praise publicly and criticize privately. Focus on the issue, not the person. Refrain from using electronic devices while on the city council dais. Disclose conflict of interest and affiliations related to agenda items. Separate governing from campaigning. Council speaks with one voice after making policy on issues. Respect the line between policy and administration. Council will hold one another accountable to comply with this code of conduct. And so now moving on to the approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any changes to make or before any motion?
I'd like to pull C2 from consent calendar.
So Councilmember Anthony Pham would like to pull C2, and that is consider the recommendations from Mayor Montano appointments to the Planning Commission. And I strongly believe that we need to make appointments to this, so I'm going to not take that recommendation. City Attorney?
Mayor, the items can be pulled from consent for discussion by any council member. The consequence is just that the item is put on still for today's agenda. It's just put on for discussion.
Oh, for discussion, okay. And from my understanding, I thought it was to pull it indefinitely. So, okay, we'll do that. Is there a second on that? Do we need a second on that? Or is just,
No, Mayor, it doesn't require a motion.
okay. So is there a motion to pull that? You said it does require a motion or
It
doesn't?
does not require a
Okay.
motion.
Okay. All right, we'll pull that one. And is there anybody else that would like to make any changes to the agenda? Okay, seeing none. I move that we approve the agenda with item C2 being pulled for discussion. Is there a second?
Pardon me, Mayor, before we get a second, if I may clarify the motion, was your motion that the item be pulled from the consent calendar for discussion?
So that the
Yeah, I
item be
second
pulled.
that.
Okay, thank you. And it's seconded by Councilmember Lan. Yeah, all those in favor, let's vote.
Councilmember Liang,
Aye.
Councilmember Fan,
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I'm an aye. Okay. All right, so let's consider the council direction on the public comment, city council. So this is for, since the items, oh, excuse me, since the items were on consent, except for item C2, and all of the items are consent items, so we will go ahead and discuss item C2. Right,
Sorry, Mayor, as a point of order, if I may.
of course.
So the order should be that right now it's still the consent calendar. The consent calendar as amended would still need to be approved. There should be a period for public comment for
That's
the
right.
consent calendar, and then discussion and approval of the consent calendar.
Okay, that's right. It's been quite a while. So is there any comments from the public on the consent calendar? Seeing none. So we will discuss the consent calendar, item C2.
Sorry, Mayor, it's the items that remain on consent. So everything except for C2.
Okay. Let's go ahead and discuss item. Well, if we're consenting to them, we're approving them. So what's, okay, so is there a motion to approve this consent calendar? Well, we already did that. Okay. Okay, with the changes. Is there a I'm going to go ahead and accept that and make a motion to approve the consent calendar with the changes that Councilmember Fan has made.
Second.
Councilmember Lynn has seconded. Okay. So now we'll take the vote.
Councilmember Leon,
Aye.
Councilmember Fan,
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I am an aye. Okay. All right. So now we'll, if there is any comments from staff.
I'll just do a brief introduction, Mayor. So this is item number 2. It was moved from the consent calendar to regular calendar. And as you noted previously, it's to consider recommendations from Mayor Montano on appointments to the Planning Commission.
Okay. So if you want to discuss Councilmember Fan with it on item C2.
I'm ready to vote. I'm ready to vote. I'm ready to vote. I'd like to call the question if there's no further discussion.
So I would like to know exactly why you want to pull this item. This is discussion.
Well, typically, when you when we start off the year, I think all of us have tried our best to make decisions that put the city in a good light. You know, the city has faced several shortcomings to the public in recent months, recent years, more so recent months. And I, for one, would like our commissioners to be held to a high standard. Somebody that our community can look to be a leader and steer away from controversy. And I am going to be reserved in my comments out of courtesy. But I'm sure there are other members of this body that have plenty to say. I also think that planning commission appointments generally should be agreed on by this body, because procedurally, when planning commission members make decisions, at some point, oftentimes, the city council will end up reviewing the decisions, especially in the cases of appeals, as this body has done so in the past. So ideally, we'd have appointees that can generally get along with everybody, especially with the community, especially with the general public. And so that's why I am pulling this item.
So Councilmember Fan, is there a particular council member that you're not happy with, or you're not, can you please clarify that? Because remember, there's two names on, that's my recommendation. So is there one that you would like to pull, or is that you're not happy with, or that you have an issue with? Because I would really like to get this one, because they are, the planning commission meeting is tomorrow. So let me know if, is that the issue? Do you want me to just, because I would like to prefer, if you're having an issue with one person, then I would like to, whoever, we can move forward. So if you're opposed to both, I would like to make at least one appointment. If you're not, if you have an issue with another, one of the appointments.
I would like this to be split into two different votes for the two candidates. But
Okay.
I'm certain that at least one member will be appointed.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I would like to make a motion to at least have one appointment made if there's a issue with one of the recommendations. Is that fine?
That's fine. So who's
Okay.
who's your?
So I would like to nominate Michael Kulkus as one of the planning commissioners,
Okay, that's fine.
or to take the place of Larry Saradella.
Is Larry termed out? He's termed out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. So call the question.
So is there, okay, go ahead, vote. Go ahead and take the vote.
Sorry,
Need
Mayor,
a second, Mayor?
sorry, if I may. There wasn't clearly a call for a motion. If Mayor, if you were making a
So
motion.
I'm making motion that we go ahead and select one of the recommendees for the appointment of planning commissioner. And that is Michael Kulkus. Is there a second? And
And Mayor, if I may I restate the motion just for clarity?
please,
So my understanding, Mayor, of your motion is moving to appoint Michael Culkin for the seat currently held by Larry Ciardella.
correct. And then it was seconded by Councilmember Lynn.
Second.
Call for the vote.
Councilmember Lian?
Aye.
Councilmember Fan?
Aye.
Mayor Montano?
And I am an aye. Okay, it's been approved. City Attorney would like to make a comment. city manager.
Thank you. Just for clarification to the council. So what we will do is I'll work with the mayor and the clerk to review the other applications for the planning commission, and we can essentially start the process again for the other seat that's vacant. Under the planning commission bylaws, the other planning commissioner, in this case, Bill Chuan, will continue to serve until he is either reappointed or a new appointment is made to the commission. So we'll come back with the other appointment at some future time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so now next we'll move on to our announcements and future agenda items. City manager, do you have any?
I do not
announcements?
have any particular items. Just wish everyone a happy new year. I will let the council know that there will be some changes to the city hall lobby later today or later this week. We're making the lobby a little bit more welcoming. So as you're not surprised, you can look forward to that. And then our police chief is currently not here today. We have the Assistant Chief Morales here. Our police chief is at the manufacturer inspecting our new mobile command unit that will be delivered to the city. Do we know when that will come? Sometime later this year or in a month? Yeah. So and just as a reminder, we look forward to having. He sent me a picture earlier today. It looks very nice. It will replace the current mobile command unit that is outdated and needed to be replaced for a number of years. Thankfully, we have the opportunity to do that through the ARPA funds as approved by the council last year. And again, we appreciate the support for that. And our next meeting then will be held with the council, will be a special meeting on January 23rd. And we look forward at that time to bringing other items to you.
Thank you. So also, council members, do you have any announcements? Okay. All right. So the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.